I would like at this point to introduce Aunty Joy Wandin Murphy, AO, who's the senior elder of the Wurundjeri people of Melbourne and surrounds. She's been actively involved in Aboriginal issues for over 30 years, working in policy areas at all levels of government. Aunty Joy has welcomed many people to her father's country, including Nelson Mandela, Muhammad Ali, and almost all of Britain's royal family. Joy's recent focus is in the arts, and she says not only is it more enjoyable, but she firmly believes that the influence of the arts is a significant factor in raising the bar of cultural awareness, creating better understanding of our community affairs. Aunty Joy.
This land was an empty land for many, many years. And our creation story is about your belief in your belonging. And sometimes we wonder about that connection to the land, to all that it gives us, and of course to the beautiful animals and birds. And our story is about Bunjil, the spirit creator. And Bunjil, as we know, is the eagle. We say that Bunjil created all living things from this land. I've written something, and I really need to read it because I don't always use this, and some things I still I just don't remember. Bunjil decided that he should create all living things, and of course this was going to be a job. So he knew that he couldn't do this alone, and after thinking about this for a while, he decided to make 6 Tanbu Namans, which are 6 helpers. One of those was a beautiful brush-tailed possum, which we call a Tarjeri, a flying mouse glider, which we call a Turnung, a green parakeet, which we call Yubop, a dandan, which is a blue mountain parrot, a jurt, which is a nankeen kestrel, and a thara, a swamp hawk. They worked all day and all night, and they worked for a very long time. And then, after a while, they created the mountains, the rivers, the creeks, and many, many animals and birds. Everyone was happy. But Bunjil was so tired he couldn't fly anymore, he couldn't gamage. So he decided that he'd ask the musk crow to help him, just distribute a bit more of the land, just open it up. And so the musk crow was blowing and blowing and blowing, and nothing happened. And then he thought, well, we have to do something else. We can't just stop here. Then he had this thought about, it rained, and then he had this thought about the mud that it made. So he flew over the mud. He flew around and around. He stopped. He saw a pop in this mud. Another pop. So then he kept flying. Slowly, slowly, a head, arms, body, and legs appeared. And he said, this will be a man. He sat for a while and thought, no one man can live on this land alone. He needs to have a woman. He was very tired, so he asked his brother, Palian the Black Bat, to help him. And Palian said to him, you rest, my brother. I will help you create a woman. Palian flew to the same spot. In the meantime, the man had walked to the river's edge, all covered in mud. Now, we all know what a bat is, and they have this beautiful motion. And on the end of their wings, they can tip so deeply, which is what he did. Palian dipped his wings and kept dipping his wings. And then he hung upside down, which they do from the tree, from the eucalypt. And he did this quite a number of times. And then he heard a pop. And the same thing happened. This body emerged. Palian said, "This looks like a man. How do I make it a woman?" And so he went to the stringy bark tree. I don't know if you know about the stringy bark tree, but it has this beautiful bark that can be woven and made into curls. And so that's what he did with his beak and the edge of the tips of his wings. And he placed that on this body. This will be a woman. The woman stood up, walked over to where the man was sitting on the edge. They both stood up. All the mud dripped from them, and that is where we say that Bunjil created the man and woman from this earth. Thank you.